Hi everyone, Bear from Bear Reads Books. Welcome back to my channel. Today, boys and girls, I'm going to read you a poem. If you remember my 2020 goals from a couple of weeks ago, I said one of my goals for 2020 was to be an enjoyer of poetry. I didn't want to be an expert. I just wanted to be able to read poetry and enjoy it, which I've never been able to do. And I found a great article on the Book Riot blog website. I'll put a link down below, and it was called 25 Gateway Poets to read if you don't like poetry or if you're scared of poetry or something like that. 25 Gateway Poets. And I love the term gateway poets, so I've been working my way through this. The first one on the list is, and this is why I've got my glasses on because I'm going to keep referring. So the first one on the list, which I've just finished, is called Tell Me, poems by Kim Addonizio. Kim Addonizio, Tell Me. So I picked it up as an ebook, and it's great. So as an introduction for someone that hasn't read poetry for a very, very long time, this was harsh and fun and crazy and sad and all sorts of emotions all at once. It really was a bit of a roller coaster. I thought I'd read one. If you're the kind of person that hasn't read or enjoyed poetry in the past and you'd like to, I can highly recommend this list. The second one on the list, which everyone will recognise the name, is Maya Angelou, and it's one of her poetry collections. And a poetry collection, I mean, this one ran to 120 pages. Maya Angelou's collection runs to about 60 pages. So I'm not expecting them to be huge lumps of text that are going to take me weeks and weeks to devour. But they certainly are things that you can read slowly over time and take the time to absorb them and really get into it and enjoy it. And that's what I've certainly found with this Kim Addonizio's Tell Me. And I even made some notes. Give me one sec while I load them up. So if you've never heard of Kim Addonizio before, she's quite famous for writing poems about the sleazy and darker side of drinking. And there seems to be alcohol in just about every poem. And for someone that used to drink and really like drinking, this is a real trip back down memory lane for a lot of things for me. It's very, very good. So it talks about a lot of the themes, things like the strange people you wake up next to, or the parties that you end up in, or the ridiculous things you end up doing that you regret the next morning. So there's a lot of things about regret and poor decisions, and about just people's relationship with alcohol. And for me, I found it fascinating. And for me, I found it completely engaging, very, very dark, but very, very funny. Because, I mean, even as a drinker, some of the funniest, most amazing times of my life have been with a drink in my hand doing ridiculous things. And that's okay, because I don't do it anymore. But this is real. Some of these poems are just absolute pictures of, I can imagine, not doing them myself, but I can imagine seeing this happen, or I can imagine this being a common occurrence. And some of them very, very sad and very confronting. And others just crazy, wild pictures of a drinking life. This one that I'll read out to you is called The Divorcee and Gin. The Divorcee and Gin. I love the frosted pints you come in, and the tall bottles with their uniformed men, the bars where you're poured chilled into shallow glasses, the taste of drowned olives, and the scrawled benches where I see you passed impatiently from one mouth to another. The bag twisted tight around your neck, the hands that hold you shaking a little from its need, which is the true source of desire. God, I love what you do to me at night when we're alone, how you wait for me to take you into me until I'm confused with you. I can't stand up anymore. I know you want me, helpless, each cell whimpering, and I give you that, letting you have me just the way you like it. And when you've finished, you turn your face to the wall while I curl around you again and enter another morning with aspirin and the useless ache that comes from loving too well those who, under the guise of pleasure, destroy everything they touch. It gives me goosebumps. really did give me goosebumps. It's Kim Addonizio, and it was called Tell Me is the collection, if you can find it. It's a marvel. It was really, really good. That particular one, Divorcee and Gin, is exactly that. It's about a divorcee's relationship with the bottle, with gin, and what it does for her. And it's very sexual, and it's constant. Like, it's always there, and she's always wanting it and needing it. And she describes the way that the bottle feels in her mouth when she takes it into her mouth, and how it feels going through her body and entering her body. It's quite a sensual feeling. And there are a lot of poems in this collection just like that. But some of them are just crazy wild adventures, and others are just single people sitting alone in their apartments drinking way too much, like this one. So some sad, some just mad cat crazy. But that's it. Kim Addonizio, Tell Me. If you like the thought of that, then by all means see if you can grab it. If you like the thought of poetry in general, maybe you'd like to do this 25 Gateway Poets with me. The next one on the list is Maya Angelou, which I'll do a video for soon. But that's about it. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone, wherever you may be, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.